Hello, and welcome to the 32nd Annual Martin Luther King Day Commemoration event. My name is Brooke McConaughey, and I am part of your MLK Day Planning Committee. The committee, along with our sponsors, are pleased to present this 2022 commemoration. This year, the committee wanted to focus on our community in an intentional way. Despite COVID, racism, inequities, climate change, and a myriad of other challenges, our King County employees continue to help this region face these challenges with strength, hope, and resilience. They do so with tenacity, integrity, and create hope for this region. It is for that reason that we at the committee have chosen a very special quote as our focus and theme for this year's event. James Baldwin once said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." During our program, you'll hear stories straight from employees who volunteered to share their experiences in the age of COVID. We have no doubt that their words and their experiences will resonate for so many as we reflect on this year. Their stories help us remember that we are one King County and we are in this together. As part of our opening ceremonies, we welcome Catherine Festa from the Native American Leadership Council to honor us with a land acknowledgement, followed by the pouring of libations ritual presented by Black African Affinity Group members Kevin Kibet and Kanika Murray. Lastly, the Black National Anthem sung by Ace Choir from the Northwest African American History Museum. Thank you again for joining and enjoy the program.
Sinatla, good day, and Haida. I am the granddaughter of Elizabeth Collison. I am the daughter of Marina Jones. I am Catherine Festa, Haida Raven from the Double Fin Killer Whale clan. I live in the 30th District. I'm also the chair of the King County Native American Leadership Council and a founding member. Although land acknowledgements are powerful statements, they are only meaningful when they are coupled with authentic and sustained relationships with Indigenous communities and direct action to change the injustices upon which this country is founded and the inequities that continue to exist. Most of the lands we live on, sleep on, and work on were, in fact, taken away from Indigenous people without our consent. This land acknowledgement recognizes where we are, on lands inhabited and protected by Indigenous peoples for tens of thousands of years. We ask that you do your homework and find out to whom the land belongs and the history of those related people and their treaties. Find the correct pronunciation of the names of tribes, places, and individuals. Do not sugarcoat the past. Use terms like genocide, ethnic cleansing, stolen land, and forced removal to reflect actions taken by colonizers to describe what was done to the Native Indigenous peoples of this country. And so I'd like for all of us to acknowledge how to respect the First Peoples, the Indigenous peoples, our elders and ancestors, past, present, and future, on whose land we stand. Today we offer deep gratitude to the Muckleshoot, Snoqualmie, Puyallup, Stillaguamish, Suquamish, Tulalip, and Duwamish tribes, and to the Salish people whose land and water supports us. Let us also commit to learning more about their histories and celebrate their culture and traditions that remain a vital part of our communities. For the people whose bones rest on this land, we sing stories of our ancestors. Let us lift up the resilient spirit of the Native people. We are still here, continuing to honor and bring our ancient heritages forward. We are thriving. How Thank you, and Haida.
Welcome. The libation ceremony today is going to be based on the practices of the Kalenjin people of Kenya, especially the Nandi, the Keyo, the Marakwet, and the Maasai. Kim Ole Kim.
Kim. We draw hope on your strength, our ancestors, your strength to fight oppression, colonialists, and colonialization. Endure the crossing of the Atlantic, strength to sacrifice, strength to dream.
Bye bye, bye bye.
Dear ancestors, we look to how you accessed joy in spite of hardship, created space for joy in food, dance, song, community. We reach to these exemplary examples and soak ourselves in joy, healing, and pleasure, and pass it down for future generations.
Sero le sere.
Sere. As we forge our lives in the world we want, we are filled with hope because of the legacy you have built for us. Ashe, be blessed, and amen.
It was a time of fear. You don't know what this COVID is all about, but every day I would make sure that I am here also, because I know that they are my colleagues, my co-workers now, because we're all in this together. So it's not just about Fleet, it's the entire King County. We are now in this together. So I wanted to make sure I show up. I did show up every day. And not only that, but also in my heart, I had to make sure that those who I interact with could sense what I'm feeling, which is to keep hope alive. When I was able to put some smiles on their faces and they would say to me, Marie, just seeing you smile make me feel better leaving to go and do what I am so unsure about.
Hello, community. My name is Anita Whitfield, and my title is Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer for Martin Luther King Jr. County. My role is to provide servant leadership to help ensure that King County becomes a truly anti-racist and pro-equity government and region. Today, I'm here to introduce our King County Executive, Dow Constantine, whose true north vision is a King County that is a welcoming community where each and every person can truly thrive. It is my honor to work side by side with him and with all of you to make sure that this true north becomes our true reality. Brother Constantine.
I want to thank all my fellow county employees, elected officials, and members of the King County community for celebrating the life, legacy, and leadership of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Last month, I had the opportunity to visit Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, the church where Dr. King served as co-pastor until his death in 1968, and the site of his funeral. Visiting those sacred places was a humbling experience, having the chance to see in person a place that holds so much history for the life of our county's namesake. When we look back at the lives of great people like Dr. King, we can draw inspiration and strength from their courage, and their example can light the way for each of us to take action in improving our own future. During the past year and a half, we have been beset by two crises of public health. First, COVID-19, which has taken the lives of so many people across the country, but in our region has hit Black and brown communities the hardest. Second, the public health crisis of racism, which has been with us much longer, but finally is truly being acknowledged in a great awakening in this nation. Those brutal killings, the images of which galvanized Black Americans and allies to take to the streets in protest to declare to everyone Black Lives Matter. The victims of these crimes, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and so many others, can never be forgotten. The renewed call for racial justice must be the impetus for ending the systemic racism that has held back so many and harmed our nation for far too long. While we push on for change and justice for all, we reflect on the struggles still faced by so many. Today's commemoration of Dr. King's life, as always, is inspired by a quotation. And this year's quotation is from Black American author James Baldwin. It seems especially appropriate as a marker for where we find ourselves at this moment. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. Now facing the long, tortuous history of racism in our lives, in our county, in our country, and the damage that it has done, we must redouble our efforts to build an anti-racist government and community, a government that serves every person in the community in Martin Luther King County. Our work of rethinking, divesting, and investing continues with the Sheriff's Office now under civilian control. And we continue to fund work that rebuilds our communities, programs that fight the rise in gun violence, that provide aid and support to our young people. Last year, I named Abigail Echo Hawk and Dr. Ben Danielson to serve alongside me as co-chairs of the county's Racism as a Public Health Crisis oversight effort. Together, with a passionate group of community members, we have met to oversee the establishment of a community process that will, one, guide the equitable use of $25 million in federal funding to help those who've been most impacted by the COVID crisis, and to, and more than that, to help us describe the way forward in our budgets, in our policy, to become the anti-racist government we want to be. We only achieve the most difficult goals when we work together. And all of you in the King County community are the people who will help make sure the future we seek becomes a reality. I know that, to paraphrase Mr. Baldwin, having faced our problems, we have assembled a team with the will, the drive, the passion, the commitment to push ahead with reforms to end systemic racism in King County. I want to take a moment to express gratitude to all the frontline workers who have kept our county government and community moving forward during this difficult year. Today, we'll hear stories of hope, of strength, of determination from King County employees who have shown up to work each and every day, ensuring that King County is a welcoming community where every person has the opportunity to thrive. I want to give the last word to Dr. King, whose words serve as our theme for today's celebration. The time is always right to do what is right. The time is indeed right to stand up against injustice in our society, and our work is just beginning. I thank you for joining us today and for your continued service to the people of Martin Luther King Jr. County.
When I learned that I had to work from home, and I was not prepared for that. So my family is big. I have 4 kids. My wife and I are used to sending kids to school and then getting done with work. And for me, it's been going to the office all my life. So I had to adjust and learn how to work in a home environment, and at the same time take care of each other, because for me, I was feeling stressed out. And there was also during that time we had the George Floyd murder, and we had to go through that. I identify as Black and African American, so I had to understand new concepts. I didn't grow up here. My kids are growing up here right now, so it's a lot to take. But you could just look at the day you are in and the next day. That's all we can do.
Hi everybody, this is King County Council Member Girmay Zahalai. We're here in Skyway Park and I'm going to present the proclamation. Whereas the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was born on January 15th, 1929, dedicated his life to promoting peace, freedom, equality, and justice for all through nonviolent means. And whereas in 1968, an assassin's bullet struck down Dr. King as he was fighting to improve the lives of Black sanitation workers in Memphis, Tennessee. And whereas federal and state legislation have recognized Dr. King's legacy as one of America's outstanding civil rights leaders by adopting his birthday as a national event and holiday in this country. And whereas on February 24th, 1986, the King County Council recognized Dr. King's contributions and legacy by redesignating King County in his honor. On February 27, 2006, King County became the first government in the nation to adopt the image of our foremost civil rights leader as its official logo. And whereas in 2020, we saw an outpouring of demands for racial justice prompted by the tragic deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and other Black, Indigenous, and people of color at the hands of law enforcement, and we must seize this opportunity to make the systemic changes necessary to achieve racial equity. And whereas King County government continues its tradition of commemorating Dr. King's ideals of peace, freedom, equality, and justice with its annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration in January. And whereas this year's theme, "The Time is Right to Do What's Right," reminds us that the work of building Dr. King's beloved community requires continued action and momentum, even in the face of apparent obstacles. Now, therefore, we, the Metropolitan King County Council and the King County Executive, proclaim the month of January 2022 as Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Month in King County. All who live in King County are encouraged to honor and remember Dr. King for his humanitarian values and to work toward their realization.
Hello, I'm Cecilia Hayes. I'm the Equity and Social Justice Senior Practitioner for Executive Services at King County. I am a member of the Black African Affinity Group and a member of the Planning Committee for this occasion. I'm happy to introduce our first performance. The Seattle-based vocalist Elna Jordan soulfully delivers gospel, jazz, blues, and R&B songs with keyboardist Eric Verlinde. Together, Jordan and Verlinde show just how thin the lines actually are between the blues, jazz, gospel, and rhythm and blues, and they do so with a large measure of soul. Please welcome Elna Jordan and Eric Verlinde.
Hang on to the world as it spins around. Just don't let the spin get you down. Things are moving hold on tight, and you will last. Keep your self-respect, your manly pride. Get yourself in gear. Keep your stride. Never mind your fears, 'cause brighter day will soon be here. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Yeah. Keep on walking tall, hold your head up high, lay your dreams right up to the sky, sing your praises home, and you keep going on. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Oh, just wait and see. Someday we'll all be free. Yeah, just wait and see. Someday
what gives me hope is about seeing the new momentum, new energy of civic engagement and community kind of resilience from grassroots, from youth organizations, from leaders like Larry Gossett, former King County Council, and current Council Grimard. All those kind of small success in some way, some of them are big success, to see the positive trajectory of our brothers and sisters and for America at large.
There's no township, there's no city, there's no county, there's no province anywhere in the world who has given itself the honor of having its namesake, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and because of that, we should be extremely proud.
I'm Jean Caldwells, and I serve as the King County Council member for King County Council District 4. Today, I'm standing in for Council Chair Claudia Balducci and appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all. First, I'd like to extend gratitude on behalf of the entire King County Council to the MLK Planning Committee and the Black African American affinity groups for hosting today's celebration. We all know the amount of work that goes into producing an event like this is significant, and we appreciate the time and effort that you all have contributed to this event. This year's celebration is focused on the poignant quote by Martin Luther King Jr., "The time is right to do what's right." And it goes without saying that in this time of COVID, this is the time to do what's right. And we all also benefit when we are inspired. And one person who deeply understands the concept of doing the right thing over and over and over again, and who has for so long been deeply inspiring to others, is my dear friend and former colleague, Larry Gossett. I have had the distinct pleasure of having known Larry for a very long time, as well as having had the honor of working with him on the King County Council for 4 years. And in that time, I have always witnessed a man who seemed to know just about everyone and who was never too busy to listen, and who was always willing to use whatever power he had to fight for justice and equity. Nothing ever appeared to detract him in his quest, and that's the case today as well. Larry's lifetime of activism and service remind us all that we have the power to make a difference, no matter where we are in our life's journey, no matter where we've come from or what position we hold. The Larry Gossett Service Award continues that legacy and honors the work of individuals who are making a positive contribution to social justice, just like he has. Thank you very much for all that you are doing, and I look forward to the rest of the program.
It is my pleasure now to announce the winner of the 2022 Larry Gossett Service Award. This award honors my esteemed longtime King County Council colleague, Larry Gossett, and his lifetime of service and civil rights advocacy. The Larry Gossett Service Award recognizes an individual or organization who has made significant contributions in the areas of racial equity, social justice, and/or human rights. King County residents made nominations in December, and I am pleased to announce that this year's Larry Gossett Service Award recipient is Kendrick Glover. Kendrick's work in South King County's public schools showed him the need for mentors and other support to keep young people from dropping out of school. He founded GEM, a community-based nonprofit that provides one-on-one and group mentoring to young men, along with academic tutoring and life skills training. And Kendrick also created a unique program to divert youth from the criminal legal system, the TEAMS Project at South Center Mall, and served on the King County Juvenile Justice Equity Steering Committee. It's fitting that Kendrick was once an intern in Larry Gossett's council office, where he was mentored himself by a great leader.
My name is Kendrick Glover, and I am the founder and executive director of Glover Empower Mentoring, which is located in Kent, Washington. GEM was founded on the basis of trying to close the gap for young people, especially youth and young adults in South King County. The birth of GEM came out of the movement when I met Councilmember Larry Gossett in 2007. At the time, I was a student at Seattle University studying criminal justice. I wanted to give back to my community and working with young people in ways that didn't involve them being in the legal justice system. And it was at the time interning for Councilmember Gossett where I learned exactly what a servant leader was. He groomed me, mentored me, gave me life in this work. And without him, this work wouldn't be what it is now for me. I am honored, privileged, and I accept his teachings and his learnings. For me, it has been a full circle moment to come here because I remember the first day that I met Councilmember Gossett in his office, and he jokingly did like this, and he pointed behind his shoulder. And what he was pointing at was a picture of him posing like this with no shirt on as if he was a boxer. And he told me, he was like, "Do you think those boys down in Mississippi can take me?" And it was just a funny moment because he always had a joke about Mississippi. Like every time we met, it was just a joke about where I was from. And I think that's what built our relationship. That's what helped kind of break the ice for me because he knew in a way how to make me feel comfortable around him and not make me feel like I was, someone different. He made me feel welcome. He made me feel accepted. And that was all a part of his teachings of being a servant leader because you have to give in order to receive. And that's what we do here at GEM. We want to give young people access to hope, access to opportunity, and access to resources. And for us, serving over 2,000 kids a year, working with youth and families throughout King and Pierce counties, dedicated to this work, doing what we need to do, all has come full circle. And I think it's the reason why I am receiving this award today. This award is not just an individual award. This is an award that's accepted by an individual on the behalf of the community. Let me just stress that again. This is not an individual award that is accepted by an individual, but it's accepted on behalf of the community because without the community, there's no work to be done. I want to continue being an inspiration, influence, and inspiring youth and young adults, not just throughout King and Pierce counties, but throughout the nation. If they can learn something from my story, if they can see that we are genuine and pure at heart, then I know for a fact that life can change for them and they can meet the success that they define for themselves.
Congratulations to Kendrick Glover for this well-deserved award and for contributions to the young people of King County. Join me in thanking Mr. Glover for making King County a place where every person can thrive.
And I finally just reached a point to where I decided, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna just pack a suitcase. I'm gonna pack a suitcase. In this suitcase, I'm gonna pack fatigue. I'm gonna pack resilience. I'm gonna pack hope. I'm gonna pack self-doubt, low morale, compassion, and dignity into this suitcase. And I was gonna just throw the suitcase away, because that girl is gone. I was completely done. Then, right as I was about to just throw away the suitcase, I said, I'm gonna remove two things out of this suitcase. I'm gonna remove resilience, and I'm gonna remove hope. Those are the two most powerful that will get me through anything.
Hello, I'm Daryl Plummer, and I'm part of your 2022 MLK Planning Committee. I'm happy to introduce our second performance. Music that speaks to the soul is how the music of Miss Josephine Howe has been described. Her range of talent extends from singing, dancing, and acting to the very production and direction of the arts. We're pleased to welcome Miss Josephine Howe.
Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. Time for thinking ahead. This world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war, and poverty. Hey, wake up, all you teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. They're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. So when you teach our future, teach them the very best you can. This world won't get no better, no, 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 if we just let it be. This world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, you and me, yeah. Oh, you and me. All you doctors and make old people well. They're the ones who suffering and catching all the hell. They don't have much very long before the judgment day. So why don't we make them happy before they pass away? Hey, wake up, all you builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. All we have to do is put it in our minds. I know that it will work out. We do it every time. This world won't get no better, no, if we just let it be. This world won't get no better. We gotta change it here, just you and me. This world won't get no better, no, 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 if we close our eyes and just let it be. This world won't get no better. We gotta change it, yeah, you and me. I changed the world, yeah. Change the world. Change the world. Oh, be the change you want to see. It's up to you and me. Be the change you wanna see. Yeah. It's up to you and need the change. Change the world. Come on, change the world. Yeah, yeah. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Change the world, change the world. Just you and me. Just you and me. Just you and me.
I'm Sabri Locke. I am a King County employee of 19 years. I previously worked in the Facilities Management Division. I currently reside in the Rawls Records and Licensing Division. Previously, when working in FMD, the nighttime custodial crew had to work overtime along with frontline staff and mission critical staff to do all the enhanced cleaning at all of the facilities to ensure that King County staff will be safe. Although there were a lot of safety measures at play and there were a lot of safety concerns that may have existed, I think with the experience and the knowledge and the proper PPE that was provided by King County, allowed the staff to be able to do their job effectively, efficiently, safely. I wish you all a safe and healthy 2022 full of growth and prosperity.
For this year's keynote, we are ecstatic to be joined by Lanisha Dobodleben, the president and CEO of the Northwest African American History Museum. Lanisha's passion is to drive success for Black museums. She's a public historian and a museum practitioner with nearly 20 years' experience in leading African American museums and educational initiatives with forward-facing vision. We are incredibly happy that she accepted our invitation to keynote this year's event. Please welcome Lanisha Dobodleben.
On behalf of the Northwest African American Museum, I bring you greetings and best wishes for the new year that is before us and for the significant occasion for which we have all tuned in. A commemoration of the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. My name is Lanisha Dobodleben, and I am President and CEO of the Northwest African American Museum, affectionately known as NAM. I am grateful to stand with you, our entire Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. County, as we celebrate King Day 2022. Dr. King's legacy serves as a beacon for us all. On this King Day, we take a stand. We take a stand for hope, for resilience, for strength, and above all, for community, for our community. Philosopher Dr. Cornel West once said, quote, "To live is to wrestle with despair, yet never allow despair to have the last word," unquote. Here in King County, we cannot and will not let despair have the last word. It is with great hope, unwavering resilience, collective strength, and a sense of community that we come together today on this King Day. Yes, Dr. King said the time is always right to do what is right. This is a theme that could not be more appropriate in the challenging times we are all facing. The continuation of a dual pandemic of COVID-19 and racism and violence that plague our communities. These times call for us. These times require us to look back as we move forward. Just a few months ago, last November, we came together as a county and as a community to mark the historic 1961 visit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to this very county. In so doing, our community went full stop with a 3-day commemoration to honor this milestone occasion. Amidst the flurry of activities that included a prayer vigil, performances, book giveaways, vaccinations, hygiene supply drives, we remembered. We remember Dr. King's visit here, right here, when he walked the halls of Garfield High School and the University of Washington, when he visited Temple de Hirsch Sinai, Plymouth Church, Fairmont Olympic Hotel, Eagles Auditorium, and Mount Zion Baptist Church. We remembered 1961. As a community, we set about carrying out the weekend's activities with zeal and a renewed vigor towards social justice and how we might all make a way to move forward together. A major highlight of our remembrance of Dr. King's 1961 local visit was the placement of a series of Dr. King quotes along Martin Luther King Jr. Way in the Central District. Among the quotes by Dr. King we posted on street banners to inspire and uplift the community were these. Dr. King said, quote, "We may have all come on different ships, but we are in the same boat now." Dr. King said the quality, not the longevity of one's life, is what is important. He said love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Dr. King said, "I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear." Dr. King said, "If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way." He said, "Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step." Dr. King said, "Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a permanent attitude." And finally, Dr. King said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" Dr. King spoke truth to power right here in King County 60 years ago. He spoke about the power of hope, the power of resilience, the power of strength, and the power of community. Because you see, Dr. King knew that with hope, you can look up. He knew that with resilience, you can speak up. With strength, you can get up. And with community, you can build up. Let this moment be a turning point forward for us, King County, 60 years later. When Dr. King came and spoke across our county, he came to spark a change. You are that change. We are that change. In many ways, this is a full circle moment for our community and for our county. It's a call to action, to inclusion and empowerment, a renewal to uphold those essential values of hope, resilience, strength, and community, but not just community, a more beloved community. Those who came before us marched for this. They believed for this, voted for this, died for this, for us, for equity. Now is the time for us to look up, to speak up, to get up, to build up together. Let King County set the model for what hope, resilience, strength, and community looks like, sounds like, feels like. Resilience is in our DNA as a community. We face it, we rise above it, we overcome it, no matter what it is. That is who we are, and that is what we do. So let us invest in our collective healing like never before, and let us always hold on to hope. A wise person once told me, when you've come to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hold on. That is what resilience looks like. When we realize that we are, as Dr. Cornel West says, wounded healers, we can be that community of hope, resilience, and strength that Dr. King came to empower. This will not be easy, but it is necessary. As James Baldwin once said, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. What must we face on this King Day to become the community we need, you need, our children need it to be? Let's face it. Let's face the future together with purpose and advocate for positive change in our county, which I know can reverberate to change within our country. We can lead the change we wish to see through purpose, resilience, and hope. Yes, those are the 3 key points of reference I'd like to leave you with today. Purpose, resilience, and hope. Purpose is what drives and guides us forward. Hope is discovering, seeing, and experiencing the best in all of us, no matter the circumstances. And resilience is what we find when our hearts and minds are dedicated to something bigger than ourselves. This quest toward equity, justice, peace, and community, this set of values that Dr. King so cherished and championed, is so much bigger than any one of us. That's why it takes all of us working toward it and bringing it into being together. You are the only county bearing the name of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the country. We are Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. County, Washington. Let us go forth living up to the highest ideals of that name on this King Day and beyond. We are Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. County, full of hope, full of resilience, full of strength, and full of a sense of community. Thank you.
And now for our final performance, we close out with something very special. Northwest Tap Connection is a local artistic gem in King County. Its mission is inclusive of providing quality dance and job opportunities to underserved communities and to raise a generation of socially conscious artists who produce works that foster change. Your 2022 MLK Planning Committee and sponsors are honored to present Northwest Tap.
you always have to have hope that things will improve, even when it looks bleak. We're in the middle of a pandemic that seems to, the story that never ends, right? But in spite of that, look at the beauty around you. Look at how many people that have been looking at the old paradigm and recognizing we didn't need COVID to recognize that the old paradigm didn't work. So you're seeing that paradigm shift. You're seeing people, develop more businesses, come up with more genius ways to come together. And, that is what we've always done as a people, is keep the hope and find a way to make a way. So, slavery didn't stop us. Civil rights movement, Jim Crow didn't stop us. COVID isn't about to stop us. We're here to stay. We've always been here, and we're still going to be here.
We hope you enjoyed the program. Again, we want to thank our sponsors, along with Executive Constantine and Council members Zahalai and Balducci and the King County Council for their continued support of this event. I would also like to thank all of our speakers, performers, and artists for lending their talents to this day of recognition, as well as our Martin Luther King Day Planning Committee for their hard work and dedication. We hope you leave today's ceremony feeling reinvigorated and ready for what this year has to offer. Know that we face challenges together and that we all have a commitment in helping make King County a welcoming place where every person can thrive.